Hello everyone, how's it going today? Happy Wednesday! We are back for some more LEGO building. This time it is 3130 Sunken Treasure Mission. A 3-in-1, a fairly rare 3-in-1 in that it has a minifig. Well, I guess not rare, but a lot of them seem to not include minifigs. There's a few that do, but I don't know. I think maybe it's more that the fact that it includes animals too, big animals. But before we do that, I do want to show something off. At the my local LEGO store, they now do have the new Pick-a-Brick boxes. So this is as compared to the cups. I think by pure volume, I think these technically have a little bit less, but being rectangular, they're actually really good for getting brick in. So I thought I'd kind of show some of them off. Now they're also taping them up to show that they have been purchased and everything like that. So let's go ahead and break the seal. And inside this one, as you can see, I did some stacking. I did a little bit of stacking. There's a few extra plates that I slid in. But yeah, so pretty good way of getting your brick. Just a solid hunk of brick there. Right there. So that is compared to this one, which I did not stack. You can see that there's quite a bit of empty space. I used to stack these. I got really, really tired of stacking these. Because they're so annoying. Because, you know, again, given that they're wider at the top and narrower at the bottom, you kind of have to know exactly what will fit down here and what fits up here and stuff like that. And it's just annoying, and there's always spare space, and you're trying to slip things in anyway. So I just I got to a point where it was like they're a good enough deal in general, depending on what you're getting, that I didn't feel that it was necessary. But when it comes to these, it is so worthwhile to stack because it's so easy. It is a little bit, in terms of the stud count, you are looking at 11 down this way, and 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 23. So 11 by 23. So it's a little bit weird in terms of like 2x bricks and 2x plates and 1x6s and stuff like that, but it also just kind of means that, you know, you get some other stuff. I got a whole bunch of sand green 1x6 bricks, then some orange 1x2s, and a whole lot of light yellow 1x6 plates. So that is what I ended up with in that box. Howdy, Bahamut, how's it going? I also got a few others. Stacking is easier with some parts than others, obviously. So let's see what I got. All right. So, got a little bit of movement here because I had tiles on top, and they've slipped around a little bit. As you can see, that's kind of all fine. Not a big deal. Get these there. I mean, I'm just going to take these out anyway, but... So you can put tiles on top. It gets you a little bit more without pushing it up too much and stuff like that. But in this one, I ended up getting the lavender brick bricks. So I ended up with quite a few of those. And some other things because I didn't... I got them, I cleared them out of the easily available ones. But then I also got clear 1 by 2 by 5 bricks, because those are fun. And now that won't go back in. I'll figure it out later. Well, I think I can get that. Move it, move it. There we go. Perfect. Alright. So that was that one. This one is significantly lighter in weight. I don't think my scale will... I do have another scale. I could do that, but that's fine. But this one does have a little bit more flexibility to it, because unfortunately, well, sort of unfortunately, you have a little bit more, like, you gotta find all these little narrow spaces to fit pieces in with this kind of thing. And it's settled a bit, so I could have actually gotten a few more pieces in, but I mostly did bright green leaf pieces, dark green, just a ton of these dark green large foliage pieces, and regular green smaller foliage pieces, and then white candlesticks for the most part. And then this one... This one just ended up getting a lot of pieces poured in because they had small trees and standard green. Would have been nicer to get dark green or something like that, but I didn't get a huge number of them. But you can actually fit a pretty good number in these boxes. Someone else in one of my Lego clubs, in my Lego club, like maximized how many of these they could fit in, and they came out to be like 20 cents each, whereas they're like 80 cents on the online Pick-a-Brick. So, yeah, like, Pick-a-Brick walls, limited part selection, but it's so good. It is really, really much cheaper to do that. I did some large leaves earlier, and it's a lot easier to stack them up in the boxes. All right. So let's go ahead and get started on this set. No, I'm not flexing my Lego. Most Lego should not flex. That's bad. That's bad for Lego to flex. Don't flex your Lego, unless it's a piece meant to flex, like a Flex 2. CK2 is fun when you have 9 Kingdom titles to your name. Well, I mean, unless you're Gavelkind. Then that's just, like, terrible. Alright, let's see. Bag number 1, bag number 1, bag number 2, bag number 2. So I'm only going to build one of the models of this, but we'll see what it does. I have got a bunch of little sets to build as well to go along with this. Yeah, I mean, this is one that has 3 really good builds, I think. Sometimes the alternates are kind of meh. Or, like, you'll have 2 good ones and 1 meh one. But this one has, I think, 3 solid builds all around. And howdy, Low Bunny. How's it going? That up there. Go ahead and get that 6x6 dish up there. Yellow Technic steering wheels can go up there. And pour out that one. There we go. Alright. let's see. First of all, our minifig. There's her head and legs. There's her torso. There's her hair. All right. She's got some freckles. She also has Pepper Girl's hair, but in black. There we go. And speaking of minifigs, for those who didn't see the stuff I posted on the Discord, it has been leaked that the September minifigs, collectible minifigs, are going to be D&D themed, which is pretty awesome and exciting. Get an actual Illithid, get a generic vampire, Strahd, generic PC minifigs, so it's pretty cool. Someone who has seen the figs and is reporting on them said that basically all of them, like each one has a new mold, at least one new mold piece, which is just kind of insane. Nope, no Minotaur. Maybe in the future though, if it does well. It felt pretty clearly tied to Baldur's Gate 3 and the D&D movie, honestly. Zostom is in there. The Lady of Pain from the upcoming or recent Planescape stuff. Tasha, aka Igwilv. So those are like main villains, and then there will be a Mind Flayer with an Intellect Devourer as the kind of accessory to it. Bit of a theme whiplash. It's not often that they do a fully themed CMF, and there have been plenty of other kind of things like that. They're not supposed to tie in together or anything like that, so it really is just whatever they're working on at the time. I mean, we just had Marvel. And then there's 7 like PC style minifigs. A half elf, bard, I think, a halfling druid. Dwarf, I don't think there's a gnome. There's a tiefling, there's a Githyanki, and an Aarakocra. As someone pointed out, no priests other than the druids, which I don't think are really considered druid priests these days. Exactly. Yeah, well, they only have 12 figs to that they can do, so there's always going to be things that are left out. And like I said, they're pretty clearly tying it into recent D&D stuff. No Spelljammer, unfortunately, but then again, I don't think Spelljammer did very well for them. For a variety of reasons, which are mostly their own fumbles. Aarakocra would be fun times. Yeah, but it's the generic Birdman Aarakocra as opposed to the actual Aarakocra. That's what's frustrating to me. Like, it's got a white head, is what's been reported. And classic Aarakocra, none of them would have white heads. So yeah, they're generic Birdmen with 6 limbs kind of thing. So standard minifig torso and wings on the back, probably the same way that the Harpy is done. Technically, druids are priests. Well, yeah, but I think a lot of people don't think of them that way because there are clerics in the current game, and everything else is a cleric. Probably not. Besides, Elmandretta has been many different races. There we go. Get those on. We're going to say 6 limbs. No race has 6 limbs. Then you remembered winged humanoids and then centaurs. Yeah, see, classic Aarakocra only have 4 limbs. They do not have 6 limbs. They're also brown for female and red and orange for males. And now they're just basically whatever bird you want them to be. But I'm still super excited to see pictures for them. Oddly enough, no gnomes, no full elves, but you know, the half elf can probably count as an actual elf, maybe. I don't know. And each and there's a dragonborn as well, if I didn't mention it. Each of the actual humanish ones have dual heads with male and female prints on them, so you can have whatever you want, which is pretty nice too. Male Aarakocra will tend to flirt with anyone regardless if they're married or not. Well, that's not something that was in the original Aarakocra material. Let's see. That is beige. There. Yeah, there it is. Tan. Yeah, apparently it'll be a gold dragonborn. Has a new armor mold, which a lot of people are excited for. There is a 1x4 plate. There it is. Hiding in plain sight. I haven't seen pictures, just the descriptions. Let's see, green cones. Not a rogue AI, I don't know about that. Alexandria's 17. How's it going? Thank you very much for that raid. Let me go ahead and get you a shout out there. How's it going? We are building a 3-in-1 set tonight, talking about the recent news leak about the September collectible minifigs. Spreading Lengo Gundam love, nice. I do like both of those. Built the Mario Piranha plant, awesome, awesome. That looks like a good build. That is a pretty nice one. So we are here on our Wednesday streams, which tend to be smaller builds, single stream builds. Friday night I do builds that take multiple sessions. Currently we are working on the Home Alone house. Other than the Technic in the head, it's a great build. Nice. Nice. Yeah, sometimes there's just like little bits that don't really have much... like, kind of just got to deal with the fact that they're not going to be great because of necessities of the design. It happens. But I'm glad the rest is awesome. So I got this set on sale relatively recently. I'm not sure if it's out of production or not. I think it might be. 2x2. There we go. So yeah, for those who didn't hear, the September collectible minifigs is going to be D&D themed. Given that it is the 30th anniversary of D&D, I'm sure that that is related. Let's see, white 1x1. This was a great little build. Yeah, it's pretty neat. It's pretty neat. Let's get that right on there. Turn that all the way down. Couple droid arms. Fun fact about your CK2 Byzantine Empire is it's been flipping between Orthodox and Catholic. Jeez. Just talking about that. I'm just going to go ahead and send your next few paychecks to LEGO, yeah. Well, I'm actually, I've got a D&D game that's been running for 7 years that I stream on Saturday mornings. Well, Saturday at noon Eastern time. So, yeah, I'm super hyped for that as well. No Spelljammer in it, unfortunately, which is kind of my jam, but other good stuff. Let's see, that is gonna go like that. Yeah, I'm very, very excited to see what the figures actually look like. Especially the Illithid. Especially the Illithid. That's one that I'm most excited for. Although Tasha will have a witch hat with molded hair, which will probably be new colors, I imagine. You haven't played in years, mostly played during 3.5, 3.5, and you tried 4 when it came out. I am still playing 2nd edition, so I have been playing 2nd edition since I started, and I never quit. I never gave 3E a chance because I didn't like what it was, what they were talking about in Dragon magazine, and howdy, Lord Canis, how's it going? Oh, I need 4 of these, okay. Yeah, 4 is extremely different. I got no problem with people who like it, but it's very much a different game. And I don't think that it would have complaints, the complaints that it does, if it came out as, like, other fantasy RPG game system kind of thing, you know? Because for what it does, it's fine. It's just not D&D. It's not what most people who like D&D play D&D for and stuff like that. Certainly doesn't scratch my itch, which is what 2nd does for me. Your DM loved 4? I've heard it's extremely complex to set up. From the DM perspective. But I definitely don't know. Since I haven't tried it. Felt it was too simplified. My problem with it was that it was too intentionally balanced in that like there was no real mechanical difference between a fighter and a wizard kind of thing, because everyone got powers and it was just whether or not it was called a power or a spell or something like that. Those aren't clicked in. There we go. There we go. A pair of 1x8s and a car Fender. Felt that 4 was aimed for the video gamers. Yeah, so, I mean, going from 2 to 3, 3 was much more... So, the way that I would put it is that 3E was aimed at computer RPG players, whereas 4 was aimed at MMO RPG players, specifically. From how I've looked at it. Your maxes were really maxed and your mins just disappeared. Yeah. Like in 2nd edition, everyone I know has occasionally played a character who is technically like bad in that their stats aren't great and stuff like that. Yeah, I rolled up. Only got a 10 for strength for my fighter, but I got a 16 dexterity and a 15 constitution, so that's pretty good. And then you go play that, and later editions kind of moved away from that being really viable or acceptable or something like that playstyle. Yeah, you'd probably go for more of a ranged build. You can afford to get worse armor because you've got the dexterity to compensate. Or you might go dual wielding because the dexterity will compensate for the penalties. Plays a 9 int Wizard Thief. Yeah, you definitely could. Oh, got that on the wrong side. Oh well. There, get that in there. There we go. And do the same thing on this side. Howdy up, Cody. How's it going? In 5e, it felt like you're playing 3.5e, but with some of the 4e stuff. Yeah. Although they also tried to get it to have elements of 2e as well. There's another grill tile. Alright, PBJ Lego, thank you very much for coming on out. Have a good night. And anyone else heading on out? I do appreciate you coming by for the raid. Alright, let's see. I like how, like, this dome is actually, like, really flush with the car fender piece and the slopes right here. That's really nice and smooth. I don't know if I would have thought about doing something like that without this. Yeah, I know someone in another Discord who is constantly talking about his campaigns and his characters, and it's always like, I made a really fun character who's got X, Y, Z all optimized to work together and blah, 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 and I'm like, it feels so completely alien to me. Optimizing in 2E is like, yeah, I took weapon proficiency in longsword because it's the most common sword and it does the best comparative damage. Like that's optimizing in 2E. You got the 5E core books, but you have not played, as finding groups as an adult is not easy. Yeah. Yeah, I can definitely understand that. I got pretty lucky by having a community and then basically being like, I'm going to play a game, who wants in? I'm going to DM. Alright, let's get our 6x6 radar dish. You don't like to optimize to that level. If you pick a weapon, you pick it because you want to and not because it's the most effective. Yeah. I was also, a number of years ago, watching someone play a published adventure, and they were constantly complaining. Well, they weren't constantly, but they gave, at one point, they gave kind of like a breakdown, and they were like, yeah, it feels really unfun because I feel forced to take these weapons that my character isn't optimized for. And it's like, dude, back in 2E, you'd be like, I don't have weapon proficiency, but I just picked up a Kopesh +1, and it's the only magical weapon I have, so I'm going to use this darn Kopesh +1. I mean, D&D in general screws up terminology for equipment. Yeah, it should be an arming sword, but worse is using mail instead of armor for everything, in my opinion. Scale mail. No, it's not scale mail. It's scale armor. Stop doing that. Keep trying to get a group together, but no one's interested. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. I know your struggles. Have you thought about getting? Oh, I guess that's not a lock. Have you thought about going to like start playing .games? See if you can start a game on there or something. I've been thinking about that. Or just posting that, you know, like advertising on Roll20 or something like that. You might have some luck. I don't know. Alright, let's see. Get these. And clip. There we go. And then make a second one. Magic the Gathering has some weird weaponry for at least one character. I don't mind too much if it's at least reasonable. I don't like the crazy weapon appearances that you get in some artwork and stuff like that. There's way too much like full metal shields as well. Alright, let's get these down here. Blue and black. I mean, at least longswords are a reasonable, like, coverage of what the weapons are and stuff like that. Great to meet someone new. You'll have to swing back for more D&D, though. Unfortunately, off to bed for tonight. All right. Well, thank you very much for sharing your community. I really do appreciate that, and have a good rest of your night. And howdy, BubDub58. How's it going? Implodes. Well, better than exploding, actually. And these yellow pieces are R2-D2 bodies, or R2 unit bodies. axle in there. Oops. Forgot to get a 2x2 cylinder brick in there. There we go. Okay, get that on the side. That one on the side. There we go. You watch someone on YouTube just tear into the Klingon weird-bladed weapon? Yeah. I mean, I'm okay for, like, an alien thing like that. It doesn't bother me. It's when it's just like, yeah, it's just a normal weapon here. Like that's a special weapon. It's fine. It's fine. Like, fencing weapons really aren't designed for actual fights anymore, so, you know, it's fine. There we go. If you want existing weird weapons, look up Arumi. Not familiar with those offhand. I mean, there's plenty of existing weird weapons. You don't need to make more. But there's also some that just are not good. Like those, like the Lord of the Rings movies with the slab-like swords that the Uruk-hai used and stuff like that. Those are really bad. It's actually really bad. Be incredibly difficult to use. Cloud sword, Buster sword, terrible, terrible. Stop doing it, people. You love Lego? Excellent. Excellent. As do I. Get those tiles on there. I'm glad they're still making these fence pieces. There we go. Get that in there. Get that in there. There we go. Bow arrows or lances, spears would be perfect for centaurs. Yeah. Centaurs are naturally cavalry, although having the human part of the body up front probably wouldn't make charging with a lance very good. You don't remember the Uruk-hai swords being that large or thick? I mean, it's not Buster sword size, no, but it is big and thick. They're very slab-like, and they're completely straight. So, they're chopping weapons. They're not really standard swords. But it's just not really very effective as a weapon for a variety of reasons. They got them because they look intimidating. Like they put them in because they look intimidating. And I don't know about you, but swords in general, especially when wielded by a big guy, just an actual normal sword or longsword, it's pretty darn intimidating. It's pretty darn intimidating. Don't need to be don't need to go crazy with it to be intimidating. There are chopping swords, yes, there are. But they're also chopping swords primarily for chopping through underbrush. Alright, so spare parts. We got clear 1x1 cylinder tile, trans light blue 1x1 cylinder plate, black 1x1 cylinder plate with hollow stud, black 1x1 cylinder plate with bar, gray 1x1 cylinder tile with dial printing, white 1x1 cylinder tile with top peg, a white standard half pin, Technic half pin, gray 1x1 tile slope, yellow 1x1 1/4 cylinder tile, and beige robot arm, and black bar with clip. Forgot what he said would be good for winged humanoids. Probably spears and crossbows. Bows would be bad for winged humanoids. Alright, so let's go ahead and get our pilot in there. Yeah, but notice how those don't look anything like the swords in question that I'm talking about. You actually want generally a curved-ish blade for chopping. It's less necessary for chopping plants, but even then, they're angled and stuff like that. In 3.5, there was a foot bow, hold the bow and feet, pull back, and fire. I don't know how effective that would be for a flying creature. Dropped rocks are great for flying races or javelins, yep. Oddly enough, you know, that's exactly what you got. You get Urds, they drop rocks. 2E Aarakocra, they have flight lances that they basically swoop down and throw with their feet at the end of the swoop. Alright, so there is our submersible. Ah, this has a dark gray classic space helmet. Nice. That's exciting. Is this the octopus? Yes! Yes, it is. I'm not going to build the other models, but I'm going to take a quick look at them once we're done in the instructions. Gonna get those over there. Lots of pink 1x1 cylinder plates. Lots of lovely dark red as well. Okay. Helmet up there. There's a leg. There's a leg. Arm and arm. There's the head. A couple large plates. Other large plates. There we go. All right. Air tanks on the back. Head slid on down. One of the problems you have when trying to make a group, getting players who literally try to make characters whose sole goal is to make your head ache. Yeah, that's... I mean, it's one reason why I tend to be open yet restrictive, if it makes sense. Like, I'm open to anyone, you know, like, wanting to play any race in any campaign, but you gotta have a good reason for it. Like, tieflings, they are almost never found on the Prime Material plane, so if you want to play a tiefling in a Prime Material plane campaign, you gotta have a good reason for it. And a reason why you wouldn't go back to the planes afterwards. Same thing if I was doing like a Spelljammer game and you wanted to play a Sylvanesti elf or something like that. Well, Bahamut, Dragonborn don't exist in 2E, so there's a problem right there. Alright, so we got a diver who has run out of air you know? It's a little thing. Black air tanks, classic air tanks. Also, dark gray classic space helmet, very nice. Still missing gray ones, I think. I don't think they've done gray yet. I don't think they've done the dark gray standard classic space torso. 2x2 tile, 1x2 grill tile. We can make them, it shouldn't be too hard. I mean, there are half dragons, but they're very, 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 very different from Dragonborn. Oh no, a diver's run out of air. Cue the Sonic drowning music. You can work with a half dragon? Well, there you go. It's had better days for sure. Yep. Yep. Oh, for sure. Ah, I see. I see. I see the pun. So now the races are classes that you take issue with. It's concepts that irk you. Well, yeah, but see, that's the thing is that 2E doesn't have concepts, so I don't have that to worry about at all. There's the mold mark there. Knew what 2E characters are all math homework. 2E characters are... So basically, like, the thing that I would say a big difference between 2nd edition and later editions, and this goes for basic D&D and 1E as well, is that characters tend to be the product of their adventures. You start out with a relatively thin framework on, you know, who your character is, what they, you know, where they've, you know, where they grew up and stuff like that. And then most of the rest of it is just straight up character development as you adventure. You know, you may start out by indicating that your character doesn't like a certain thing or something like that, but more often it's going to be a product of the adventures that you go on, kind of thing. Whereas in later editions, I feel like most people have already, like, all the character development has happened already. And the only thing that's left is their powers that they will get. Everything that isn't written down on the character sheet? Right, but that's like powers interacting and what you're going to get at certain levels and stuff like that, and you just don't have that in 2E. Don't go on the floor, please. All lovely gold 1x1 plates. Like, you may be like, yeah, when I finally get to 5th level and 3rd level spells, I'm going to learn Fireball. Well, guess what? Your mage just failed the learn roll. So now you're not getting Fireball. Am I building Davy Jones' locker? Maybe. Could be. Let's see, where's the other black arm? There it is. When he was a pain, from your understanding? Not really. Depends on what you mean by a pain. Learns Cheese Ball. Howdy, Mad Martin. You actually could research a spell that's called Cheese Ball. If you were in a 2E campaign, it'd just basically be like, Dungeon Master is like, all right, write up your spell concept, what it does. Research it? Pfft, you already know it. Well, yeah, I understand that, Mad Martin. You, the player, know it. That doesn't mean that your character, Martin the Mad Wizard of Vellardale, you know, knows it. And he's got to work up to it. All right, so we've got a pretty neat little safe here in dark green, which is always nice. Opens up and closes. Is Vellardale in the Dalelands? No, it's not. Guess now you have your D&D character. Yep. All right, so inside the safe we get a gold bar, another gold bar. We get a trans purple gem and a trans light blue heart gem thing. Right there. There we go. Got our treasure in there. Spells consist of producing stinky cheeses. I mean, yeah, but you need to come up with the in-game details, you know? Yeah. Lego's name for it, I believe, is Earth Green. Because they call standard green, you know, this dark green. I don't know why. That's green. This is green. And a little bit of ice cream on top. Actually, a shell. But yeah, this is probably my favorite color, this dark green. Well, you like the look of the little scenics in the other builds. You really like the contrast of colors between the three parts of this build. Yeah. And it's one of the nice things about the 3-in-1 sets is that they tend to have pretty good contrasts between stuff. All right, 8 red 1x1 cylinder tiles with top pegs. So, Mad Martin, did the cheese vendor in Divinity Original Sin know you? No one has as many friends as a man with many cheeses? I'm assuming so at this point. He must have been talking about you, right? An octopus? Yep. A giant octopus. One of the other builds is a manta ray, and then the other one is a giant lobster, which is a pretty cool looking build. You may share the original concept for your Dagger of Healing. One you shared was modified heavily to be more in line with what 5e had. Yeah, go for it. You ignored him because he kept talking in the background over your thoughts, repeating the same lines over and over. God. I hate how often... I wish you could set the frequency of comments like that. It is so annoying. And it has lived in my head since the last time I played, and it will now probably live in my head forever at this point. Never getting it out. I mean, partly it's my own fault for going back to those vendors all the time to sell junk, but I blame the game maker for not making it easier to go someplace else. Seems to happen a bit in Larian games. Not surprising. Doesn't seem as bad in Baldur's Gate 3, at least in terms of from what I've seen, like vendors and stuff, but I also have not by any means seen a great deal of it. Your characters, your companions saying the same thing over and over again, that's a little... That seems a little frequent. But then again, they also say Ceremophorsis. See, I can't even say it right because they say it wrong. Ceramorphosis. Oh, jeez. How do they say it so wrong? It's just shocking. Just utterly shocking. Let's see. I don't know, how do people pronounce Dro as Dro? Because it's the proper way to say it. Like row your boat. Why did they give Illithids funny feet? I don't know if I've seen the feet of Illithids in Baldur's Gate. Probably wasn't paying attention when they showed up or something. Every game you've played, it's been Dro? Yeah, right, because Dro is correct. Sage Advice had a great tongue-in-cheek way. They were asked one time how to pronounce Flind, and they said it rhymes with the word W-I-N-D, and Dro rhymes with R-O-W. Grabs Bahamut to Mega Flare all. Dro my toe. Yeah, see? See, there's tons of words that it rhymes with. Refuses to Mega Flare. Wow, that's got to be a first. Bahamut, are you okay? Are you sure you're okay? You're not feeling a little ill, are you? Not Mega Flaring. Weird. Bahamut must be running a fever. You've been tired lately and all your Mega Flares have been going to Magic the Gathering Arena? I mean, I don't like the idea of these powerful villains having a name that rhymes with cow. So Dro will row a boat to a place where the drow like to have a row with other races. Yeah, pretty much. Same thing with Flind, you know? Sure Lord Canis can agree that Magic the Gathering Arena opponents need Mega Flaring a lot. I don't know, he can't Mega Flare, so maybe he has come up with some other method. Oh, an actual black 2L Axle here. There we go. You sure Lord Canis has flare spells? Don't assume. Don't assume. 7L Axle there. Get our dark orange 2x2 bricks with grooves. That goes right in there. A light nougat 2x2 cylinder tile, aka flesh, and a little beak. You're also trying to conserve your Mega Flare usage? Oh no, are you running low? That's deeply unfortunate if so. Don't mind me looking at it as a potential opportunity, though. No, you know, definitely wouldn't. No. There we go. Get that on the front. Just trying to be back off the usage and trying to be more patient with things. Well, that's fair. That's fair. Patience is good. It is also something that I made a point of working on many years ago, too. Magic the Gathering Arena is definitely pushing your patience. So the thing about the Drow, and Flind thing is that, like, I don't know about if I would say the official, but the pronunciations that they were given back during the early years, when there was an article actually about the pronunciations, did make it Drow and Flind. But by then, so many people had already started pronouncing them other ways that basically everyone at TSR was like, yeah, whatever. There we go. Got our eyes on our octopus. Alright, I need to make 8 of these. Oh boy. And that's why Skip Williams, when he was asked about it, said that Dro rhymes with R-O-W, because that can be Ro or Row, rhyming with Dro or Drow, and W-I-N-D can be wind or wind, so Flind or Flind. Back when I was getting into the game, everyone I know pronounced them Dro and Flind. So that's what stuck with me. One, two, three, four, five, six. Someone just commented that the original Dagger of Healing you had could have been an artifact rather than what it was considering, and you're like, yeah, but artifacts in 5e have more things associated with them. Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, like, it all depends on what you're doing. Obviously, if it's an artifact, then it can't be created by a player. But technically, an artifact can be anything of any power. You could have an artifact, and all it does is cast Cure Light Wounds once a day. That's something that you could do. But yeah, I mean, artifacts should have, like, people after them. They should have backstories. Or a ring that summons cheese balls. Yeah, yeah. And people want it because just imagine how much money you could make with unlimited cheese balls. And of course, being an artifact, you can actually use it to tap into, like, use it to power other things, so... People might not actually care about what it can do, but what they can get out of it. In a way other than intended. And of course, you might bring down the wrath of the god of cheese on yourself for using it incorrectly. Or maybe the god of cheese wants it back. Howdy, Shield of Hope, how's it going? Suddenly we realize that the ring is cursed and only makes American cheese balls. Hey, them's great for cheesesteaks or grilled cheese sandwiches. I need to give my party more fun cursed items, though. So many cursed items are just like one-and-done things. That's no fun. Because once you realize that it's cursed, then it's just like, oh, I'm taking a penalty to hit, and I'm gonna get rid of it. Which is one reason why Backbiter spears are so much fun, because they don't immediately trigger the curse. Right, there we go. I think my favorite will forever be, at this point, the Book of Dogmatic Methods, though, that Braxton ended up getting. That was an absolute blast. It took everyone so long to realize that he had a cursed item. So good. When you hear cheese balls, you think of the airy potato snacks with cheese powder on it. I mean, why not both? If you had more time to commit to it, I think it'd be fun to learn D&D. Character creation part and the problem solving would be fun. Yeah, I definitely have always loved it. What did the book do that made it cursed? So, it's a book of dogmatic methods. It is essentially a self-help guide. Think of it as like a modern self-help book, but the person who owns it is cursed to always consult it for help. Oh, I'm about to get into battle with a beholder. Well, hold on. I need to spend a couple rounds reading the section to see what it recommends on fighting beholders. And you feel like it is giving you benefits, like the character feels like they're getting benefits, but they're not. Like, it doesn't have any actual in-game benefit. Problem with curses is too many are just some mechanical penalty. Well, part of it is just like, it's tough to actually get people, like, Big Mac played that very, very well. And not everyone would have played it as well. And so, like, the interesting curses, the interesting cursed items, are generally ones that require more skilled role-playing and stuff like that. And not everyone has those skills. Not saying that anyone else in the party doesn't or anything like that. I'm definitely not saying that. They didn't have it, so I don't know. Or just the player to play along. Well, I mean, the player has to not intentionally drop hints if their character can't, kind of thing. Like, I know Big Mac was getting frustrated because he couldn't tell everyone, hey guys, I've got a cursed book here. He just had to play it as his character. And not everyone is going to be as good at doing that as other people. So there are definitely groups that would not work out very well for and stuff like that. Most fun item that you had created was the bag of snacks. Produce any random snack food in existence. also, players oftentimes don't like to have that kind of penalty on their characters. Wand of Cake, summoned cake. Enough said. I mean, that could be pretty powerful. You know? Cake to the face. Launch a cake out at someone. I mean, that's like Snorlax's cream pie spell. Bury a monster under a mountain of pound cakes. Shouldn't pick up random books then. Books are among the best magic items in the D&D game. Which is also why the wrong alignment ones are amongst the most harmful effects. Kind of sad that I never got to actually use the successfully use the wand of flesh on the party. That would have been really fun. All right, did I miss a 1x1 plate? Because I've got 2 extras. Are we gonna get a different one on here? No. Hold on, did I miss one somewhere? Nope, those are the same heights. No, I don't think so. I guess we just got 2. Alright. Let's go ahead and get its legs on. There we go. There we go. There's our octopus. Alright, spare parts. We got pink 1x1 plates. No, cylinder plates. A dark orange 1x1 cylinder plate. Let's see. Lime green 1x1 cylinder plate with hollow stud. Gold 1x1 plate. Dark green 1x1 tile. White 1x1 cylinder plate with eye pattern. Azure and red 1x1 cylinder tiles with top pegs. White spiral ice cream piece. Trans purple gem. Beige 1x1 cylinder plate with bar. White pneumatic T. Dark gray 2L bar with stop. And a green 3 stem plant piece. So there's our friendly neighborhood giant octopus with his mouth under there, all the suckers, and he can curl around his treasure here. It's mine. It's mine. You can't have it. You can't have it. And then the sub comes in, tickles him a little bit, squirts out his ink. And goes away, and let's see, how can we clip this on? There we go. And then the submersible takes away the the safe with the gems inside. I do like giving the classic space helmet to this guy. I did not realize that it had one. It's a good set. It's a really good set for these parts. Fun little build, fun models. Like, you know, if you want a giant octopus for something, can't go wrong with this one. It's pretty good. Alright, let's see. So there's that. And then it shows the minifig 3-in-1s right there, of course. Alright, so let's take a look at the other one. So it has the same diver, but he's got a camera. And we've got a different type of submersible. So a much smaller one, probably for not going as deep. And a giant lobster. I like the little legs on the giant lobster. It's pretty cute. Let's see. Get a close-up on one of these. There we go. There's the giant lobster. It's a pretty nice design. So this is a good one for, like, if you're making dioramas with giant sea creatures or something like that. You know, if you get 2 of the sets, you can make one giant lobster and one giant octopus. And then head on over to the third one, which is that one. And you get a manta ray, which is okay. Has a skeleton holding the gem. And in this one, the lady is the diver. It's a pretty neat camera rig, actually. That's pretty neat. That lobster looks like something out of that Disney Atlantis movie. Yeah. It's been a while since I've seen that. But that's a pretty cool camera rig there. I like that. Definitely worth keeping that in mind. And then the manta ray. A gem on the inside of it for no real reason. Let's take a look at the manta ray here. Like, there's a gem inside for no real reason. Just there. Because I needed to use the part, I guess. But it's a neat giant manta ray. It's pretty cool. And then the terrain feature around it is like overgrown, encrusted with like, I think it's supposed to be overgrown and encrusted. Well, okay, maybe not. No. I mean, it is overgrown and encrusted with sea life, but I was thinking that the yellow stuff was like a wrecked sub, but no, it's pretty clearly like coral and other stuff like that. But it does have the wreckage of a safe in it, I think. But it's pretty cool. Like, it's colorful, and it's got a lot of different, you know, like, aquatic life on it. Good ideas for making a undersea seascape kind of thing. It's a pretty good set. I had not given it its due when it actually came out and stuff like that. I didn't pay that much attention to it, but it's a good one. How does this compare with the other one you did with the shark? They're a little bit different things. Like, these are specifically designed to have a variety of pieces that you can use for lots of things. So oftentimes the models aren't quite as solid as they might be if they were dedicated for what it is. That said, this is a pretty solid ROV. I mean, not ROV, submersible. It's a pretty solid submersible. This is a very solid octopus. It did a really good job with that. And it's just very different things. Like, you know, I mean, generally a model animal is going to look a lot better, but it's also, you know, like, don't exactly have a whole lot of points of connection. Got 2 studs there, got a bar back here, and you got stud receptacles on the underside. That's about it. But it's very good. It's very good. I'm glad that I picked it up, and I'm glad I got it for sale. Alright, so it is about time for some minifigs. So let's go ahead and get our stuff out. Where are my sheets? There they are. There we go. Okay. And let's see, D6. All right, so 4. That is going to be the middle row. And 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and start a prediction. Can all guess what is inside the minifig pack? Let's go. Get your predictions in. Your D20 says 16. Mine says 20. Unikitty. Which I'm pretty sure it's not that. It's kind of amazing how, like, this set has 20 figs, and we're looking at 12 for the next one. 100 bits for Lighthouse Progress Ho! Excellent! Thank you very much. And Kinshir, you just earned the 5K bits badge. Very nice. Congratulations. Thank you very much. So go ahead and get your predictions in. Can I guess what is inside the minifig pack? Speaking of minifigs, I did do some build a minifig at the stores. Let's see, where is the and I don't try to, like, make specific figures. So, like, with this one, I got a pupper, I got a bulldog, lady outfit and dress, 2 other dress slopes, gold hair, a castle shield, generally lady faces, a bow in there, stuff like that. So I tend to, like, go for the parts that I want, as opposed to, like, try to actually make a minifig. Like, this one, I got a castle helmet, blue hair, blue katana, another bow, another castle shield, that kind of thing. Alright, let's see. Predictions are closed. Alright, let me go ahead and get my timer up. Okay. Timer is up, and go. Let's see. Oh, got a little delay there, grabbing the fig. It's definitely not Unikitty. There's a second bag inside. I can both hear and feel it. All right, what do we got? What do we got? That is... Okay. 22.97. I believe we have another swamp creature thingy. Creature from the Black Lagoon type guy. 22.97. Let's see. I felt the whip. I don't think there's anything else with it with a whip. There isn't a kitten with a whip. There it is. Yep. And there's the whip. All right. So let's see who is getting the hams. That was 22.97. All right. Choose the outcome. 20 to 50 seconds. And Mad Martin, Abcody, and Title Rabbit getting the hams there. Very, very nice. Wow. 370 and then 3,700 for the other two. Very, very even split. Let's see. Within 20 seconds was Lord Canis, Kinshear, Ice Oven, and Red Hyena. Preskitch and Shield of Hope going for 50 to 60. And Bahamut and Lel Bunny going for no. See, no always doesn't pay out. See, you guys should learn by now. Should learn by now. All right, let's go ahead and make this guy. Fills the pool full of hams. Sounds worrying, actually. Get over there. Thank you. So I did, after the last time we got this guy, I did go back looking at, well, he actually has some printing on the back of his head, even though it's covered up by the hat. We got some little scales there. I do have the original swamp creature that came with the Monster Fighters set. So it was one of 2 Monster Fighter sets that I actually got. So it's not the first time that I have gotten these guys. But I'm always happy to get more. There we go. He's got a tattoo on his chest with a minifig head. Come on, focus. There we go. Or minifig skull. Look at that. Err. Did you know that Clint Eastwood's his first speaking role was in the movie that was a sequel to The Creature from the Black Lagoon? You didn't know that. What's the other set I got? Oh, the big house. Very, very cool set. Alright, so that is Lego Movie 2 figs done. So let's go ahead and pull out a Ninjago Movie set. Alright, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. I should probably put these all in one row. You know what? I think I'm going to do that. I'm just going to put these all, because, like, there's no real order left to them. Let's just put them all in the one row. There we go. I don't need to use my D4 anymore. Alright, that is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get in there. Thank you. Alright. Let's start the prediction. Can all guess what is inside the minifig pack? Let's go. Go ahead and put the other box away. Minotaur Sea Creature Trainer. Alright. Let's see. So then I got these. These are not all from the same purchase time. But I got the kind of sea sailor cap thing. There's an orange champagne glass, little tart tile, little birdie. There we go. Let's see. Next up, this one I got some really nice hair. Look at that. Look at that hair in there. If it would focus. If it would focus. There we go. Really nice hair there. Got another boat costume piece, but it's got a different color. A mermaid back, some more hair, pitchfork, a one of those frosty cold weather caps. Pretty cool. Then there was this one, an orange brick costume, and of course orange hair, orange legs, orange accessory. Another one of the skirt and torso pieces, another skirt and torso piece. So pretty cool stuff there. Different decorations. The build minifig areas, they don't have different molds, but they do have recolors quite frequently, so they can be pretty cool. And it looks like our predictions are closed. So let's see. Reset that. And go. Alright, let's see. What do we got? And some hair. Can I feel what that hair is? Not really. This is not giving me many unique pieces to feel. It's a little frustrating. That. Oh, I know. All right. Ooh, 58.57. It is that lady there. The reason it's so tough is because the only real piece that's different is the cup. Like everything else is torso. Like you got legs, torso, head, hair, and that's it. And then the plastic. Cape part, which isn't really something that you can easily feel. So I think each time we've had this one, it has also been tough. Yep, there it is, and there is that. All right, so choose a prediction, and once again, 58.72. So we're going to 50 to 60. Complete that prediction. Who is getting the hams? Preskitch. Preskitch is getting all of the hams alone. Very nice. Kinshir and Red Hyena going for within 20 seconds. Abcody, Isov, and Shield of Hope, Title Rabbit, Lord Canis all going for 20 to 50. And Bahamut and Lel Bunny going for no. Don't get your legs there. All right, let's see. Pop that out. Also, let me mark this down. So we are done with her. We've gotten all three of her. Ald needs to start failing some to make this more interesting. I have failed a few. I have failed a few. I mean, that's why no is there. It's a long shot. But it could happen. Because it has happened. On very rare occasions. I mean, it's not my fault. I'm just really good at this. There we go. Alright, there we go. It's a fancy outfit, though. Just making an interesting face, probably because the drink is cold. D20 was wrong yet again. Yep. I forgot to roll mine, actually. Alright. And then, our third minifig for the night. Let's go ahead and get the sheet out. Is the final one on the hanger. I do have more of these, so don't worry. There's plenty of minifigs left. Get that all compressed up there. And toss it someplace weird. That's what you're supposed to do with that. Alright. So, let's go ahead and start the prediction. Can Ald guess what is inside the minifig pack? Let's go. And then I got one more of these. They have pink brick costumes now, and I got some other interesting pieces. Some nice big white hair, just a plain old white dress as well. Some lavender hair. So nice and fun. Alright, Abcody's D20 says 16, so that would be the Alien Queen. Bahamut says 3, which would be Lederhosen guy. And mine says 16 as well, so Alien Queen. Totally sure on this last one. Minotaur Otter Enclosure Maintenance Personnel. Yeah, no, I cannot argue with that. It seems like that is exactly what it will be. Go ahead and get your predictions in. Can I guess what is inside the minifig pack? So we have not gotten the Alien Queen, the cheerleader, the DJ guy, the fairy, Lederhosen guy, or Conquistador. So there's still quite a few left that we can get. So get your predictions in for this last one. 30 seconds to go. Get your predictions in. How about a Minotaur cheerleader? I mean, you said you were already totally sure of this one, that it was going to be a Minotaur Otter Enclosure Maintenance Personnel. So, I don't know. It obviously can't be. You know? Obviously it can't be a Minotaur cheerleader. Just a few seconds remaining. Let me go ahead and reset my timer. Let's hope this one does not take as long. Okay. Time is up. Predictions are in. And let's go. Alright, what do we got? What do we got? Doesn't help me much. Some big round pieces. What do we have? Oh, alright, cheerleader. Right. Big round pieces. Cheerleader. 38 seconds on the dot. I'm pretty sure we have the cheerleader. So I'm like feeling things that I'm like, There's too many hair pieces. Well, it's because the pom-poms feel like hair. So this should be a cheerleader. Let's find out. Look at that. It is not a Minotaur Otter Enclosure maintenance personnel. If that's cheerleader, then where's so-and-so, what's-her-face, and the ugly one? I feel like that's a reference to something that I don't get. Alright, so that was 38 seconds. As I said, 38 seconds. Alright, let's choose the outcome at 20 to 50. Complete that prediction. And Abcody, Ice Oven, Tidal Rabbit, and Lord Canis getting the hams. Kinshir, Red Hyena going for within 20 seconds. Press Kitchen, Shield of Hope going for 50 to 60. And a Bahamut and Lel Bunny going for no. Let's go ahead and mark her down. There we go. Get those dice over there. It's a cheerleader, but not a Minotaur cheerleader. Make it a Minotaur cheerleader. I can't make it a Minotaur cheerleader. Get her pom-poms on. There we go. She is quite happy to do her cheer. There we go. So pretty cool. No printing on the back of her torso, unfortunately. Showing just a little itty-bitty bit of leg there. But there we go. We have our dual-printed pom-poms. She's very happy. Cheering for A for Auld. See? She goes to Auld University. My university. All mine. Alright, so that is minifigs for the night. Cannot tell me that I don't have the parts for a Minotaur cheerleader. I can tell you that I do not have the parts available for a Minotaur cheerleader. They've made one, and I haven't opened any minifigs of that yet. References in the Discord. Alright, I'll have to take a look afterwards. Alright, so I got a few small sets that I'm going to build. First of all, Arctic Explorer Snowmobile. Because it has some super duper cute little things. Nice to see both a non-blonde and a hairstyle other than pigtails. Yeah. No, they're pretty good at giving good variety and not being too, like, stereotypical, except when they want to be, like, for a standard classical vampire. But this is I think that's a third cheerleader they've done. They've done a zombie cheerleader and an earlier cheerleader. So, this is the main reason why I got this set. Aw, look at the seal and his little pup. Aren't they just adorable? Look at that. Look at that. Aren't they cute? Oh, they're so cute. They're so cute. So you can even put baby on mommy's back. They're so cute. Alright, move the parts over there. Alright, minifig. Let's get her legs. The helmet. The backpack. There's the torso. Hey, hey, hey. It's not sorting Tupperware. It's a variety of other containers. Alright, there we go. Let's get her winking. I really like this this hat and the pigtails. It's very cute. She's got a nice two-tone backpack there, dark blue and azure. And you can give her the helmet as well. No, we got that on the pony girl, the girl with the pony. Different colors though, because that's dual molded. All right, black 1x3 plate with round ends. Pretty neat piece. 2 with clip, 1x1 with side stud. And a classic Fabuland telephone over the top. There you are. There might have been a video character with that as well, but not one that I got, and I don't recall it. I do believe that the Dragonborn character is using a dragon head from video. And like the Tasha minifig is going to use a modification, or maybe straight up piece that was going to be in another series of video sets that they canceled. So we have a big ol' movie camera there with a bucket for the thing, and see, that's why she's looking through the viewfinder there. If it would focus. Come on, focus. There we go. See, she's got one eye closed so that she can look through the viewfinder. I don't think we got a cheerleader in video. Let's see, dark red and... or not dark red, a trans red 1x2 plate, dark blue, and a pair of dark blue 1x5 plates. Inverted curved slope piece. Gray 1x2. White 2x4. It's actually, like, there was some really cool sounding sets. I really wish that video hadn't been tied into the app the way it had been, because I think it might have been a little bit more successful, perhaps. No idea, for sure. But I think just being tied into an app kind of made it not as viable as it might have otherwise been. But there were some really cool sounding sets that would have been in the next wave that got canceled. Like a goth girl, a dinosaur skate park. Some neat sounding stuff. A witch, which the witch hat is getting reused at least. The Hocus Pocus set has a version of it, and Tasha's going to have a version of it. So at least they're getting use out of some of the parts. Like, that's why there's a bass viol... What is it? Bass cello, bass viola, something like that. The biggest of the stringed instruments. In the jazz club set, because that was going to be in video, but it got canceled. But they had to mold for it. There we go. Be pretty awesome to see what else they might have done. Maybe see what the sets would have looked like and stuff like that. Maybe one day. Alright, so that is right there. This is a kind of a neat use of these curved Technic beam elements as the treads on the back of the snowmobile. Would be kind of neat to have a musician theme CMF, make your own orchestra. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. That might be a little too specific. I think, like, I obviously could be wrong. I think that, like, licensed stuff works, and the space stuff, space is generic enough, and it's got a variety of space-related things. Clip that on the back there. Get her helmet on. Like, some of it's spacemen, some of it's aliens. There we go. It's a pretty cool snowmobile, actually. Well, I mean, like, they've done multiple costume ones, and I don't know that they've done so well. So, I mean, it's kind of hard to say, but yeah, I mean, that's more along the lines of costumes rather than a licensed property. So yeah, I really like the use of these beam elements as the treads in the back. It's pretty cool. And it definitely gives you, like, some flexibility to get over, not fingers, but different types of surfaces. Like, licensed stuff does well. Like, the Disney stuff does pretty well, the Marvel stuff does pretty well, so yeah, D&D, if it gets like, hyped enough, you know, if promoted enough, that'll probably do well. Space is fairly generic in that, like, you've got aliens, like XCOM type aliens, you've got horror movie type aliens, you've got references to classic themes with, like, M-Tron, Ice Planet, and Blacktron 2 and stuff like that. So no, I don't think that's too specific. All right, get a little fishy there, and we get our little seals here. There we go. Spare parts. We got an extra visor. We got a standard Technic pin. Technic pin. Trans light blue 1x1 tile slope. Got a angle connector with stud, and a clear 1x1 tile, cylinder tile. And technically the hairpiece as well. So we have our little seals with some ice and water, fishy for them to go after. They're very, very cute. I really do want to get the other Arctic sets as well that I haven't gotten yet for the large sea turtle, the orca, that kind of thing. They're really nice molds. Blacktron 3 when? I don't know. I don't know that would be coming anytime soon, if ever. Unlicensed stuff isn't doing so well. Like, I was asking around where they get that Dreams isn't doing well, and people were pointing out, like, online stores where Dreams is, like, deeply discounted and stuff like that, overseas especially. So, I don't know. I mean, that's unlicensed. Alright. We got another small build to do. We got Year of the Dragon. So they've been doing one of these every year. I built the last one. I didn't get the previous ones, but it was pretty fun to get the Year of the Dragon. The Year of the Me! So we'll go ahead and do this, and that will probably wrap up our stream for the night. But we did the Year of the Rabbit last time. They always come with this little envelope thing. Of course, Ald got himself. Well, yeah. I mean, wouldn't you? Get excited about our new packaging that's not out yet. There we go. Got some real color variation variety in this, which is pretty nice. I do want to get the Auspicious Dragon, which I haven't gotten yet. Just try not to drown in the pond while looking at yourself. Well, see, I'm not gonna do that. I know what's real and what's not. There we go. All right. Lime green and orange plates. Actually, let me use my scissors there. There we go. Another 1x6 and turquoise 2x4. This was a gift with purchase. It might turn up again. I don't know, but it was a gift with purchase earlier. I think the second half of last month, actually. Now that I think about it. All right, I need feet. Some lime green 1x2s. And turquoise 1x2 plates with bars. There we go. How often do gifts with purchase become for sale items? They don't. But they may show up again as gifts with purchase in, like, off periods. They do get sold at, like, employee stores, but not, they do not get sold, normally publicly. But there's enough people who buy stuff on, and then resell it, that they're pretty easily available on Bricklink, and stuff like this is not extremely desirable, so it usually doesn't do too badly price-wise. Whereas something like the Forestman's Hideout, which was harder to get, that one tends to go for a bit more. But most gifts with purchase tend to be listed at close to what their recommended retail value was. So for those who want the thing but don't want to spend the high amount for a gift with purchase, especially the like $200 ones, it's a very, very viable alternative. 1x4 plate, 1x4 plate, and 1x1 tile slopes. MSRP, gotta love it. Yep. It's not quite MSRP because this never actually goes to retail, but it's a similar concept. I mean, they might use the gifts with purchase as an indication of desire for a set of its type. I mean, I would if I were them, but I don't really know how they work. But at the same time, the lead time for sets tends to be long enough that they can't act on it quickly. Alright, get an upward bracket. There we go. In orange. But with D&D sets coming, and the D&D, well, just set, and the D&D minifigs, and the medieval market, I'm hoping that we'll get something like a castle CMF, or a Year of the Castle, or something like that. Shield of Hope mentioned NASA earlier, and there are, like, I mean, LEGO does have a working relationship with NASA. I don't know that they have anything planned NASA-wise. I think that there is kind of a NASA minifig in the space set, but only one. Like, it's a variety of just kind of generic space-themed stuff. Like, it has kind of a space shuttle-esque astronaut with, what is it? Can't remember what the term for the jetpack they used was. Not jetpack, but the maneuvering pack that they had during space shuttle period. Yep, Stellaris OST. And howdy, Roval Jacks, how's it going? I should know what it's called, but I am blanking on it right now. It's got an acronym. There we go. Let's see. Gold 1x2 with bar. And orange inverted curve slope. Interesting to use these click hinge pieces for teeth. And a gold 1x1 cylinder plate. Is that a sea creature or a Xeon mobile armor in the instructions corner? That's a sea creature. That's the stingray. I just didn't close this out or anything like that. I don't have a digital one for these little sets, so got to use the paper. Actually, I probably could have gotten some, but I wasn't sure exactly what I'd be building. That's what Xeon wants you to think. Just realizing that the AFOL on stream also made AD&D blog posts and even written up Forgotten Realms Gods from Dragon Magazine into something from the supplement books. Yep, that's me. That's me. That project is still ongoing. I have been working on that since 2011. Or 2010, actually, I think it might be. But the main part of it is actually close to being done. Ooh, gold 1x2 tile there. That's nice. Put that right in there. Will Ald live long enough to finish? God, I hope so. If I don't, I'd be dying very, very young, and that's not something to ponder, really. You want to thank me for writing up Tethran Viralde from the magazine into a readable by AD&D 2E standards format? Yeah. It was pretty, it wasn't too difficult. I mean, there was a 2E Tethran Viralde write-up, but for space issues, it wasn't particularly long and not very detailed. So I mostly just expanded it and stuff like that. Found dead under an avalanche of Lego, sad, really. I mean, you know, if you gotta go, yeah, go out well. You're very welcome. I'm glad that was useful for you. Or that you enjoyed it, or, you know, however. Some people read them, some people use them, whatever the case may be. Useful and enjoyed it. Well, thank you. I'm very glad. It has been a labor of love. And a lot of fun, really. Stressful, but a lot of fun. I do need to go back through some of the old ones and edit them a bit. I definitely am a better writer now than when I started, so... There we go. Get the head there. It's not completely done, though. And it's always nice to hear from people who come across the blog or come across it on the forums that I posted to and stuff like that, and I just find it really useful. There we go. One of the fun things about this model, gold saxophones. Or horn elements. There we go. Let's see, red 1x2 with clips. Play it, Mr. Toot. Can't remember if they've made that in gold before. Probably have, but it's just nice to get those, get a couple of those. Can't remember what all the colors that they've made the saxophones in are. Let's see, there we go. Get the tip of the tail. There we go. Oh, also, I got a little, kind of, lost in the shuffle of other news. LEGO will be making some, Wednesday sets, the Netflix TV show about Wednesday Addams. They are mini doll sets, though. But that was an interesting license. I get why it's mini dolls, though. Bunch of people whining about it, but I'm like, makes sense. No news on Bionicle or creature-based Technic? Not that I have heard. I think, I mean, if they decide to go back to a Bionicle, I think that would be, like, huge, huge news. And they have not... There's no inkling that that's going to happen. Can't remember if it's Technic or not, but there is a Star Wars Droideka coming, a big one. And the last time they did that, it was Technic. It's not exactly the same kind of thing, but it might scratch the same build itch. Are there ever any sets that people don't whine about? Yeah, but not in the place that I hang out for this information. It has a lot of whiny, entitled people. You actually like their brick takes on Bionicle? Yeah, that was I mean, I liked that there was a big Bionicle person who came out in favor of that, while there were so many people just, you know, again, whining about that one. Because it's like, you need a ton of specialized pieces that are not currently in production to make Bionicle, like actual Bionicle. So, if they're going to make something that is a send-up to it, there's a lot of ways that they could have done worse, kind of thing. That is right there. All right. What do they hate about the D&D CMF announcement? I haven't seen anything in particular, actually. But we also don't have pictures yet, and I don't know how many of those people are D&D fans. You're two studs, something screw Wizards of the Coast. There are no sets that have no whiners. There simply are too many LEGO fans for something not to have a problem. Well, yeah, but there's also an element of, like... There are... It's more like... I mean, I don't whine that it is not a classic 2E Aarakocra, for a couple reasons. Number one, obviously it wouldn't be. Two, it's going to be useful for a generic avian humanoid in non-D&D fantasy LEGO stuff that you want to make. So it's probably going to have good pieces and look pretty good and stuff like that. So, that doesn't bother me. But it's just like, there are some people who absolutely will let the perfect be the enemy of the good. Chima's a gold mine for Aarakocra, yeah? I mean, I bet a lot of people who like Chima are going to be excited about that. Ninjago with a bunch of wolf-headed figures coming out. That's probably great for the Chima fans. But yeah, I mean, some of it, like, there's people who have legitimate complaints, and then there's people who are letting the perfect be the enemy of the good kind of thing. And the one place where I get a lot of this news has a lot of those latter people. A lot of those latter people. No, there's no orcs in that set. But there's only 12. Like, you know, there's a limit to what you can do with 12. There are people who are, of course, being like, it's a shame there's no orcs, but also that's, like, a big difference between it's a shame that there's no orcs and, oh man, they should have done orcs. This is dumb. How dare they do half-elves or halflings? They should have done orcs. You know, that kind of thing. Like, I haven't heard any of that latter type stuff yet. We got our eyes on the dragon now. No, that's fine. Like, one thing is that most people don't know about that. That's the other thing. Most people don't know that they changed Aarakocra. Most people don't know that they changed kobolds. Most people don't know that they changed gnolls. I mean, there were a lot of people whining about the leaked images of the 50th anniversary set that won the ideas. Howdy, Damasan, how's it going? You hear that AuldDragon does good gaming? Well, I sure think so. Totally unbiased here, though, you know. We've got no bias here whatsoever. You're a little surprised they're pulling Strahd right off the bat? Why? He's Dracula, but renamed. What does a proper scale orc look like? I mean, how did they change gnolls? Weird demon stuff or whatever? That and apparently they are birthed out of by like chest bursting out of hyenas or something now. It's I only know about it from watching some Baldur's Gate 3 videos. Someone said it was to make more palatable, like, low-level monsters for people to fight or something. I don't know. Silly to me, but there's no gnolls in the set. Thought D&D orcs are maybe 7 foot at best. No, actually they're about 6 feet, 5.5 to 6 feet. Hobgoblins are taller. Hobgoblins are the tall ones. But then again, they're only 6.5 feet, so orcs tend to be about human height, average human height. Hobgoblins are tend to be taller than human height. Although I'm also going by 2E, who knows what later editions have done. Remember Baldur's Gate 1 had a lot of gnolls as random enemies? Yeah. Because they're decent low-level enemies, and they're a little bit stronger than you know, your orcs and stuff. But not too bad. If we put it at Lego scale, orcs and hobgoblins are more or less around minifig scale. Yeah, you just use a minifig for them. Absolutely. There's no reason to make them especially tall in minifig scale. Yeah, goblins would get the shorty legs. So would halflings and gnomes, and you'd give dwarves the mid legs, the midi legs. If you wanted to do gnolls, probably reasonable to go for the tall figures that they had for, like, Woody and the Avatar characters. That's probably what I would do. But then again, they would probably also make new legs to give them the extra joint. Well, Castle, I think those were supposed to be like trolls. Like, they had normal orcs, and they had trolls, or ogre. I think they were trolls, though. They might have been ogres, but I think they were trolls. You know what Strahd is? You're surprised they're putting him out right out there in the first wave? I mean, they're not... So, like, they've got big name villains from multiple settings. Well, and the Lady of Pain. So they've got the Lady of Pain tying in with the most recent set that's coming out. They've got Strahd, biggest name in Ravenloft. Zostom, big name in Forgotten Realms, especially tying in with the D&D movie. And then you've got Tasha tying into to Greyhawk. And I think... So, part of it is LEGO really wants some balance. So I think that's why you get 2 male villains and 2 female villains. Lady of Pain isn't really a villain, but who knows how they're handling her in the upcoming release. I don't know. But she fits that mold. She fits that mold. So you've got 2 and 2. Igwilv is such a better name. Yeah, but they marketed her as Tasha recently. And I think that's probably one reason why we're not getting Vecna in this set. And then of course you got generic Mind Flayer, and then 7 that can be male or female PC type races. Pretty good. Oh yeah, it looks like they'll be good for that. Vecna only comes with 1 hand. Alright, spare parts. We got red and orange 1x1 plates. We got red 1x1 tile slope. Bright orange 1x1 tile slope. 1x1 tiles with round ends in white and red. Light blue 1x1 quarter cylinder tile. 1x1 cylinder tiles in turquoise and gold, black 1x1 cylinder tile with hollow stud, and a green 1x1 cylinder tile with bar. And here is our Year of the Dragon dragon. No, they're not going to. I'm pretty sure they're not. They don't do stuff like that for the CMFs, and the 50th anniversary set is just a display piece. There we go. Get focus. I do like the variety of colors that you get with this. Lots of bright oranges, turquoise, little bits of gold, like these tooth elements and the tile, and gold printing here on the eye. It's pretty cool. And of course the saxophones. So it's pretty cute. It's a pretty cute one. Gonna have his tail go up. Howdy, Macaulay95, how's it going? So, and then just the list of parts. So I don't think that, like, I'm pretty sure that the, you know, I mean, if you want stats for him, you can just go to the D&D stuff. It's meant to tie in. I don't know that they're going to be marketing it as, like, you can use these in the game, but, I mean, maybe. It's not a huge variety of things, so you could use them as some PCs, but that's about it. I think it's just, you know, hey, if you like D&D, buy these. Does this signify a possible Double Dragon playthrough? Not from me. Not from me. Unless someone redeems it for retro stream days. I'm not a good beat 'em up player, so that is not something that I'm particularly skilled at. I mean, I'll play it if it gets redeemed, but I don't have any personal plans to do so. But I am looking forward to seeing what else is going to be in the 50th anniversary set. I think there's going to be some crossover on, like, part molds between the two. I don't know if there's going to be an Illithid in the 50th anniversary set, but I'm sure anything that they do is going to have alternate colors. Just doing that conspiracy theory mental route with the numbers and such. I'm sure there's some people who've done that, though. I mean, it makes sense. I never thought of that, but I also don't think about Double Dragon that much. But no, that would actually be a pretty cool idea. I wonder if anyone at Wizards of the Coast even remembers Rary in the Greyhawk Wars. Yeah, Christopher Perkins absolutely would. Absolutely, Christopher Perkins. He's been doing stuff since the 90s, so he's well versed in that stuff, even if he may not remember things perfectly, which not a dig on him at all. Whether they'd want to do anything with Greyhawk Wars, probably not. I can't imagine why they would. They don't seem to have much interest in doing anything in particular with Greyhawk other than name drop anyways, so I don't know. But, you know, who knows what's going on with Wizards of the Coast. Hasbro's just leeching them dry anyway, so. But that is going to wrap it up tonight for our building. Greyhawk is a bit lower on the totem pole of D&D settings as of late. Yeah, so, I mean, Forgotten Realms kind of displaced it as the generic fantasy setting to a certain extent. There's still a lot of love for it, but there's also, like, a lot more people who are, you know, tied to what the original stuff is, I think. So that referring back to your joke that the second wave of minifigs might randomly have Rary? I might. Probably not, but, I mean, as a bunch of people were saying, where's Drist? You know? kind of a surprise that that they're not putting Drizzt into the first set. Then again, there's no there's PCs and antagonists, so there's no heroes. I could see the second set having like Mordenkainen and Drizzt. Then you'd have to have some. You'd probably have to have some female characters to balance that out. One of the Seven Sisters, maybe, but that's another Forgotten Realm, so probably not. Yeah, I don't know. You grew up in the Second Ed era, so you know so little about Greyhawk. Yeah, I got it. Like there was a dearth of Greyhawk products for many years. I mostly only got the stuff late in the cycle or even after second edition. So, other than Mordenkainen, I'd be surprised at any of the Circle of 8, Circle of 5 characters would get a minifig in a second round. You know, it depends on exactly what they want to do anyway. You know, what do they want to do in terms of the breakdown of sets? Do they want to have more generic figs, or is it or would a theoretical second set be all characters and some monsters? Probably, I'm sure they'd have some monsters in there. If it was all characters, that widens things up. But like, we're only getting 4 characters in this one, so that's not a whole lot. And then they want to balance it, so, you know, and you can see like the current set has characters from multiple settings. There's no characters from the same setting. You got 2 males, 2 females. So I definitely think that they'd want to have a similar breakdown for future stuff. I'm trying to think of any major female characters who would fit that wouldn't prevent something else. Like, you could have one of the Seven Sisters, but then you'd have to have multiple characters from the Forgotten Realms if you wanted to have Drizzt in it. So, I don't know. There aren't a whole lot of well-known female characters from Greyhawk that I can think of offhand. You could have Lorana from Dragonlance, or Kitiara, if you're not going for straight-up all heroes or something like that. I don't know. It'll be interesting if they do a second set and what the breakdown will be. But as it is, we got to wait until like September to get these. So you only know Greyhawk from Halloween and Kikoskia. I'm kind of surprised that they've talked much about Greyhawk at all. And yeah, third edition tried to move back to Greyhawk as like the default setting. So there are some people who refer to the core books of, like, you know, the Player's Handbook and stuff like that, having a quote, Greyhawk Light setting, where, like, in second edition, you get examples and stuff like that that's non-setting specific. You don't get, like, using any named Greyhawk, or, you know, any named characters from any particular setting, with the exception of items that are, and spells that are carried over from the second edition. So, like, there's no default setting in second edition. Second edition is just completely, you know, setting free, the core books. You can't reconstruct a setting from it. It's not using, like, generic setting, a generic setting in the books. Third edition tried to do that and bring that back. Or was that Goldhawk? I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about there, Hello Bunny. Greyhawk is a D&D setting. It's Gary Gygax's setting with Mordenkainen, Circle of 8, the City of Greyhawk, the Free City of Greyhawk, gods like Ayuz and Saint Cuthbert. I don't know what Goldhawk is either, so if that's something else. But I am perfectly happy to continue some of this conversation on the Discord. That's fine. Don't worry about it. If people have any other questions, or if people want to discuss more about the potential D&D Lego No confirmation on any of it, but potentials for future licenses, like future products or something like that. Perfectly happy to discuss that on the Discord. But I think we're going to wrap this up here. We will be back on Friday for some more Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster. We will be back on Friday night for some more Lego building, continuing on the Home Alone house. Saturday we will be back to Spelljammer, continuing our campaign. Monday we will be back to Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. And next time we will be building something else next Wednesday, after we get back to Monster Rancher Advance 2. So I want to thank you guys for coming on out, and I will see you next time. See you then, everyone.